Speak the future. Kotoba camp.
Horde.
Horde.
A large group moving together. A nomadic tribe.
大群、群集、游牧部落。
Vast hordes of bison once thundered across North American plains, shaping the grassland ecosystem. Massive hordes of locusts devastated crops across East Africa, threatening food security.
Mongol hordes introduced advanced military tactics that transformed warfare in medieval Asia.
Satellite imagery tracks hordes of migrating caribou as they navigate the Arctic tundra.
DNA analysis reveals how nomadic hordes shape the genetic landscape of Central Asia.
Hordish.
Hordish.
Winter storms drive hordish gatherings of seabirds to protected coastal waters. Horde-like.
Horde-like. Horde-like formations of ancient marine organisms created limestone deposits. Multitude, swarm, throng, mass.
群众、蜂群、人群、群集。
Individual, loner, singleton, isolate.
个体、独行者、单个、孤立者。
Humid.
Humid.
Containing or characterized by high levels of water vapor in the air. Damp and warm.
潮湿的、湿热的。
Ancient Maya cities flourished in the humid lowlands where abundant rainfall supported intensive agriculture. Small bones in humid areas decay too rapidly to be preserved as fossils.
Tropical plants have evolved specialized adaptations to thrive in humid environments year-round.
Cave paintings survive best in dry regions rather than humid locations where moisture accelerates deterioration.
The formation of limestone deposits requires specific conditions involving both humid and arid periods.
Humidity.
Humidity.
High humidity levels affect the rate at which water evaporates from plant surfaces. Humidify.
Humidify. Natural humidification occurs when water vapor rises from tropical ocean surfaces. Moist, damp, muggy, steamy.
潮湿的、湿润的、闷热的、蒸汽腾腾的。
Dry, arid, parched, dehydrated.
乾燥的、乾旱的、乾涸的、脱水的。
Humorous.
Humorous.
Causing laughter and amusement. Funny, comical.
幽默的、滑稽的、有趣的。
Ancient Roman mosaics often contained humorous scenes from daily life and mythology. His humorous interpretation of classical literature made complex themes accessible to everyone.
Cave paintings in France reveal surprisingly humorous depictions of prehistoric life.
The discovery of humorous graffiti in Pompeii shows that ancient Romans enjoyed wordplay.
Medieval manuscripts often included humorous illustrations in their margins.
Humor.
Humor.
Ancient Greek pottery featured humorous scenes that captured everyday moments. Humorist.
Humorist. Clay tablets from Mesopotamia preserve some of humanity's earliest humorous writings. Witty, amusing, comical, entertaining.
诙谐的、有趣的、滑稽的、娱乐性的。
Serious, solemn, grave, somber.
严肃的、庄重的、严峻的、阴沉的。
Hurl.
hurl,
To throw with great force. To launch forcefully.
用力投掷，猛力抛出。
Volcanic eruptions can hurl rock fragments into the stratosphere, darkening skies across entire continents. Solar storms can hurl streams of charged particles into space, affecting Earth's magnetic field.
A macaque can hurl itself farther than smaller primates due to its superior physical capabilities.
Ancient siege engines could hurl massive stones at fortress walls with devastating effect.
Geysers periodically hurl boiling water and steam hundreds of feet into the air.
Hurling.
Hurling.
The hurling of debris during tornadoes can cause catastrophic damage to structures. Hurled.
Hurled. The hurled projectiles left impact craters across the lunar surface. Throw, launch, fling, propel.
投掷、发射、抛掷、推进。
Catch, receive, retain, hold.
接住、接收、保持、握住。
Hurricane.
Hurricane.
A severe tropical storm with strong winds moving in a circular motion.
飓风、飓风，猛烈的风暴。
Satellite data indicates that Sandy's storm surge caused unprecedented flooding along the eastern seaboard. The barrier islands along the Gulf Coast serve as natural buffers against hurricane damage.
Mangrove forests and coastal wetlands significantly reduce the impact of hurricane storm surges.
Historical records show an increase in Category 5 hurricanes in the North Atlantic Basin.
Salt marshes along the coastline suffered extensive erosion during the hurricane season.
Hurricanic.
Hurricanic.
Wave action during hurricanic conditions altered the seafloor topography. Hurricane force.
Hurricane force. Hurricane force winds uprooted century-old trees throughout the coastal forest. Cyclone, tempest, typhoon, storm.
气旋、暴风雨、台风、风暴。
Calm, tranquility, serenity, stillness.
平静、宁静、安详、静止。
Husk.
Husk.
The dry outer covering of seeds or fruits. To remove the outer covering.
外壳、果皮，剥去外壳。
Ancient civilizations developed methods to remove corn husks efficiently for food preservation. Native communities used corn husks as natural wrapping materials for food storage.
Wild rice grains must be separated from their protective husks before consumption.
Traditional methods of husking coconuts have remained unchanged for centuries.
Sustainable agriculture initiatives now utilize rice husks for biofuel production.
Husking.
Husking.
Mechanical husking has revolutionized grain processing in modern agriculture. Husked.
Husked. The husk corn yielded significantly more edible portions than expected. Shell, pod, covering, casing.
外壳、豆荚、覆盖物、包装。
Flesh, kernel, core, interior.
果肉、果仁、核心、内部。
Hygiene.
Hygiene.
Conditions or practices conducive to maintaining health and preventing disease through cleanliness.
卫生、卫生习惯、保健法。
Proper hand hygiene significantly reduces the transmission of infectious diseases in healthcare settings. Medical facilities must maintain strict hygiene protocols to prevent cross-contamination.
Ancient civilizations developed sophisticated hygiene practices despite limited scientific knowledge.
Dental hygiene education emphasizes preventive care rather than treatment alone.
Food preparation requires meticulous attention to hygiene standards to ensure safety.
Hygienic.
Hygienic.
The laboratory maintains hygienic conditions through regular sterilization procedures. Hygienist.
Hygienist. The dental hygienist demonstrated proper brushing techniques to prevent cavities. Sanitation, cleanliness, sterility, purity.
卫生、清洁、无菌、纯净。
Filth, contamination, pollution, uncleanliness.
肮脏、污染、污染、不洁。
Ideal.
Ideal.
Perfect or most suitable. Existing only in the imaginatio. A standard of perfection or excellence.
理想的、完美的、理想、典范。
The ancient Greeks sought to understand the ideal forms that underlie physical reality. The coastal wetlands provide ideal conditions for diverse species of migratory birds.
Pure water is an ideal solvent for many chemical compounds in laboratory settings.
Natural caves maintain ideal temperature and humidity levels for preserving ancient artifacts.
These coral reefs represent the ideal environment for marine biodiversity studies.
Idealistic.
Idealistic.
The idealistic vision of sustainable energy has begun to materialize through technological advances. Idealism.
Idealism. Ancient philosophers developed their theories based on idealism rather than empirical observation. Perfect, optimal, exemplary, utopia.
完美的、最佳的、模范的、乌托邦的。
Flawed, imperfect, defective, realistic.
有缺陷的、不完美的、有缺陷的、现实的。
Identify.
Identify.
To recognize or establish something as being a particular thing. To associate closely with someone or something.
辨认、识别、认同、把等同于。
Microscopic analysis of the pottery fragments helped identify traces of ancient food preparation methods. Chemical markers in the limestone layers helped identify periods of dramatic climate change.
DNA analysis can identify subtle differences between closely related butterfly species.
Distinct tool marks on the bone specimens identify them as evidence of early human hunting practices.
Satellite imagery helped identify previously unknown settlements beneath the rainforest canopy.
Identifiable.
Identifiable.
The cave paintings contain clearly identifiable images of extinct mammals. Identification.
Identification. Precise identification of pollen grains revealed changes in ancient vegetation patterns. recognize, determine, detect, pinpoint.
识别、确定、检测、确定位置。
Overlook, miss, ignore, confuse.
忽视、遗漏、忽略、混淆。
Image.
Image.
A visual representation or picture. The general impression that a person or organization presents to the public. To create a picture or representation of something.
图像、影像、形象、印象。
Advanced telescopes capture detailed images of distant galaxies in unprecedented clarity. Digital imaging techniques revealed hidden details in ancient manuscripts.
Satellite images of coral reefs documented the extent of environmental damage.
Brain imaging studies showed distinct patterns of neural activity during memory formation.
High-resolution electron microscope images expose the virus's complex structure.
Imagery.
Imagery.
Thermal imagery detected subtle temperature variations in the geological formations. Imaginative.
Imaginative. Imaginative reconstruction of the ancient city helped visualize daily life in past civilizations. Picture, representation, likeness, portrait.
图片、表现、相似、肖像。
Distortion, misrepresentation, blur, shadow.
扭曲、误导、模糊、阴影。
Well done! Take a break and remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let's keep our learning motivation fresh.
One language sets you in a corridor for life. 2 languages open every door along the way.